Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Fifi. Always, I bring us the heart and the mind of God. If you are a returning subscriber, you're welcome. I thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for liking and thank you for sharing. And my friends on Facebook, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your testimonies of how those messages have helped you. I thank you so much for encouraging me to do what I'm doing today. You guys rock. Like I always said, if you find this message helpful, please kindly share. For there is someone out there that can benefit as well from it. Let us all use this opportunity that God is speaking to his people for deliverance, especially in an area of our mindset and our health. Let us all benefit from it. As you benefit from it, become an evangelist by sharing. Or even if you don't know how to share or you can't share, tell someone about this video, tell someone about this channel so that the person can equally come and benefit from whatsoever God is doing in his people's life at this season of our time. I welcome you. Child of God, today I want to talk to us about, will I say rushing or believing that you're running out of time. Running out of time. What do you mean? Child of God, God wants to remind us that no time is too late for him to do that which he has promised in your life. You young girl out there, you my sister out there that is thinking or believing that you are running out of time. Everybody around you, they are not getting married. Therefore, I'm just going to jump into any marriage that I see, anybody that comes my way. I'm not going to make a reality. I'm not going to check the person's background. I'm not going to check their history. I'm not going to check their parents' history. I'll just get married because right now, my friends, they are all getting married. Child of God, I've come to talk to us about the time and also the consequences of not finding out the family you are stepping into. Yeah, like in Africa, where I came from, when a guy wants to get married, most times they always send their family to go and find out about that same family. But most families, sometimes, the female family, they don't take out time to go verify anything about the guy's family. They just accept to marry the person and that's it. You don't know how the woman that you're going to spend the rest of your time or most of your time as your mother-in-law or your father-in-law or the siblings of your in-laws, your sister-in-laws or your brother-in-laws. You don't even know anything about them. All you want to do is just to get married because your mates are getting married. You look around each family, each time the only news you hear is this person is getting married and this person is getting married. Therefore, you just want to jump in. I met this guy, now we are dating. Now I think I can marry this person without knowing exactly the kind of family he came from. I got married into a family that, before I say this anyway, child of God, whenever you want to get married or you meet a guy and you want to date him and the family at first rejects you, it is a sign for you to know that that family, no matter what you do, they are not going to like you. Even if you try your best, they are not solely going to like you, especially if they already have somebody in mind for their brother. Now their brother is bringing in a different person to be their sister-in-law. child of God, and if that person happens to be the one that listens to his family, but he really loves you, one thing you should know is that he will always listen to his family. His family's voice is going to overcome yours, even when you're going through pain, crying. Even when you feel alone in this battle, his family is definitely going to win over. Yeah, sometimes he might want to stay with you, feel for you, but his family has an upper hand against you. And when you didn't read those signs, and you said with time they are going to change, with time everything is going to be okay. Child of God, it's definitely not going to be okay. If they don't like you from the beginning, if you like, kill yourself, they are definitely not going to like you. Behind you, they will do any and everything to make sure that that you are never happy in that marriage, or that marriage never works. I happened to marry into a family that, yeah, let's say we came from the same place, but not really from the same village, but the same town. And this is somebody that grew up in my uncle's house. Like say the parents lived in my uncle's house before their father built a house, and they moved out. This is somebody that knew me, that the family, let me say not him, that the family knew me when I was little. And the guy already was in a relationship before I met him. I was equally also in a relationship, but the relationship just ended. That is why I say, child of God, you have to stay and heal. Know yourself first. Know yourself first. Get ready first. Know yourself first before you can think of marriage. I know the pressure is out there. Look at your mates. Look at your mates. They are getting married. This person, when you call or you go to visit, maybe you don't stay with your parents. When you go to visit them, the only thing you hear is that, we went for this person's child's traditional wedding, and your father came back from the village. All he's talking about is how 3 people gave their children out in marriage, and though the thing is draining you right now, you just want to please them and go into a marriage that you know that deep down you are not ready, mentally ready, spiritually ready for that marriage. You don't even know this person. All you want to do, because you want to make your family happy, you now jumped into a home that you don't even know anything about it. Or because you want to get married. I got married because everybody was getting married. I'll talk for myself. And especially when you came from a home that we are labeled that they will never get married because of what their mom did. Their mom killed their dad. You know, that impression was like, okay, since they said that, I'm going to prove to them that we can as well get married. I wasn't getting married because this is exactly what I want to do at this, because then I couldn't even figure out myself. I don't even know me. But I want to get married so that I can leave the house to answer somebody's name. I happened to meet this guy. I don't even care what he was doing. All I heard was that he came back from abroad, and let's say family friends, in quotes, their parents knew my uncle. That was all I knew about him. Never knew what he was doing, where he was living abroad. His occupation, I didn't know. Girls, ladies, he lives abroad. What does he do? He lives abroad. Do you know what? He's in abroad. Be careful. Let that not be a reason you want to marry somebody. Let that not be a reason that you want to get married so that he can take you abroad. When you get to that abroad, if you're not ready, or maybe you are in a relationship that you were happy with, maybe that is who God has destined for you. But because this person came from abroad, you just jumped. Yeah, so that your parents can answer somebody that has somebody abroad. I'm not saying if that's what God has for you, you should not do it. That is why you should connect so that the Spirit of God can lead you. Now I've started loving this person. I thought, with everything that is going around him, with him gallivanting with women and everything, I saw everything. Even in that relationship, before we get married, he was hitting me. But I still want to get married. I still want to be with him because that is what he's telling me, that he's going to marry me. He's going to marry me. But before he introduced me to his family, if you want to go to his family house, he'll park a car somewhere. And then I'll wait in the car for him to go and see his mother, say hello to them, and then come back and we go. Then those things I didn't even put them into consideration. This person that couldn't even introduce me, for how long we've been now, that he couldn't even take me to his family, that I didn't even put into his consideration. All I care was, I'm in a relationship and he says he's going to marry me. Not knowing or understanding how many people he has already told he was going to marry. But at the end of the day, what can I do? I didn't even check his background. I just put my head. The day we finally got to his family house, we stood outside. It was difficult for him to take me into the house. Until finally, reluctantly, we just got in. Sat down. And when the mom saw me, because the mom knew my family, he now said, you've grown, and that just a pleasantry, and that was it. They just knew me as their son's girlfriend. The problem began when he now said he wants to marry me. He now told them his intention. The mom said no. Over her dead body, would that happen? And the son insisted. All he was telling me then was, everything is going to be all right. They are going to cool down. Just relax. I believed him. And I went. After much persuasion, after much convincing, the family now reluctantly agreed that I will become their sister-in-law, and the mom, because the dad was already late, her daughter-in-law. Child of God, if a guy is coming to marry you and he's not taking you with him immediately, let's say, the guy might be outside the country, that will take him time to process your document for you to join him. Find something that you'll be doing. Get yourself busy. If you don't have a job, or if you don't have a job you're doing, at least as a girl, just go and learn handwork. If it's how to make sew, if it's how to make hair, if it's just, or looks for something, even if it's something that you will be doing and be busy while the guy is working on your documents. Don't just stay at home every day. Because definitely you're going to become a house help for the mom. The guy now married somebody that will take care of the mother. And when you're staying there and you're not doing pleasing, because at first they didn't accept you, you're going to do whatsoever it takes for you to please them. Even when there is no food in that house, even when you look at yourself, there's nothing that is, their son is not sending anything for you to, for your upkeep. You'll be there trying to please them. Every little thing you do is problem. Going to stay with your family, maybe going to spend time with your family and coming back is a problem. Everything you have to take permission. But when when you're busy, you're working, doing something, you at least mentally you'll be all right. You will not be seeing or hearing whatsoever they are saying about you, or whatsoever they are doing that will be getting on your nerves, emotionally draining you. All those things, they have side effects. They are affecting your brain. Is because now right now you are thinking, you are not happy. The Bible says, let your heart not be troubled. Now you are troubled. You are worried. You are thinking. You are not happy. You are, when you are not emotionally happy, it's definitely going to affect your health. You might not know it then. You might say that you are young, but all those things are having both physically and spiritually effects on you. I was there doing everything, though I wasn't 100% perfect, but I know I put in my best. But the best wasn't enough. The best wasn't enough. All they see is all the faults, all the problem, what I did wrong. I did this, I didn't do wrong, I didn't do it right. No matter what I did wasn't right. Not that those things I was doing wasn't right, but because they have that notion that they don't like me. They don't want me in that family. It's obvious. Even when they laugh with you, when you have something to give them, they will be happy, they will laugh with you. But behind you, when they are, especially the sister-in-law, when she's with her friend, she will always tell them how they never liked me, that they don't want their brother to marry me, that is somebody they already have in mind for their brother. They will make sure that I don't stay in that family. So whenever the brother happens, their son happens to come back to be in the country, whenever we are together, they are not happy. But when I'm at home and he's outside doing whatsoever he's doing, that they are happy. You don't want to be in a family where you will stay, maybe you and your husband will stay and be laughing, sitting in a position. Maybe I am lying on his laps and we're watching TV and we're talking, and your mother-in-law will walk in and say, what kind of sitting position is that? So can't you see that children are coming in here? You don't want to be in that position. You don't want to be in a position that maybe two of you are in a room talking and jesting, and all you hear is that all the only thing that you guys are going to be doing today, being in bed, talking in a room. Somebody that has been out of the country maybe for like 2-3 years. Spending time with him while he's around is now a problem. Child of God, this continues until we have a problem. I wasn't perfect anyway when he was not around, but when he came back, problem upon problem. We can never stay for like one straight week happy. No. There will always be a problem. Especially when we are away from the family, we are always fighting. We are always quarreling. I'm not saying I was perfect, but there will always be a something that will come up for us to fight or quarrel. We are always quarreling. I could remember then we were living in Lagos before he went back again. We were always fighting. Always. So we went back to, something happened. He traveled and then I moved back to stay with his family in the East. Then he came back, went to Lagos, did whatever we want to do, and then came back home, back to the East. And he traveled and came back, with all his life and everything. And something happened. We had a fight. And I believe that was the day that God wanted me to leave that marriage, because it was too much. Let's just say how many years? 6 years or more than 6 years. Let me just take 6 years, because it's been 6 years in trauma that I called marriage. I don't even want to go to the area of maintenance. Somebody that is abroad that is not sending you anything. I just don't even want to go there. But that trauma, trying to struggle, trying to sustain yourself. So everything started happening, and but later it happened. This final fight, it happened that I didn't want to continue anymore. I just packed my things and left the house. After beating, something happened. I happened to find out something from his car. When the house, there was nothing. He now went and remitted money to a girl and left the teller. But women should be, I'm not saying what I did was right, but I went to buy something. All of a sudden, they were washing his car, and I decided to just gist with the people that were there cleaning his car. I don't know what led me to the pigeonhole. I opened it and I was like, teller. When I saw that teller, I saw that he remitted money to a girl. So when that in that anger and rage, I went back and was like, so we are struggling here. You just went and remitted such amounts of money to your girlfriend. The next thing I heard was, why should you go and so why are you searching my things? Why are you doing beating? Give me that teller. I said, I'm not going to give you the teller. He said, beating, he dealt with me, the beating of my life. And I decided that day I've had enough. I've had enough. I just packed my things and I left. But when you have a soul tie, when you leave, you always, let me just say, you always regretting or asking yourself, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? I could remember that day I went to meet my elder sister that is late now. So when I got there and I explained everything to her, she said she wouldn't want to be the one that would tell me to leave my husband's house, but that she wouldn't want me that she wouldn't want any of her sisters to go through what she's going through. That she will advise me if I can listen to her to forget about this marriage. But when you look at yourself, you're thinking, where are you going to stay? Where are you going to stay? Now, see, if my parents were still alive, I would have said, okay, let me just go and stay with them. Where are you going to stay? My sisters, they are all married, staying in their husband's house with their children. And this was where I was staying until I got married. Now you don't want to go back. How are they going to be looking at you? How, even my sisters that were giving me advice, I understand, because I was pitying her. This is a place that you are married, but your siblings are not comfortable. They are not welcome because of the kind of person you marry. Somebody that doesn't want family around you. And my other sisters, know that they are not happy, but know that they cannot accommodate you. But for how long are you going to stay? They are married too. How are their husband going to look at it? And now decided, okay, maybe I should go and talk to my uncle and see. No, but before then, I was asked to go and see my uncle. I went and I saw my uncle, one of my uncles. So he now said that it's not right for a woman to just pack her things. That's their tradition, to pack your things and leave your house without your husband sending you away. That I have to go back. Being naive. Had I known what I know today, I would have said to hell. I would have just gone to in a different state and start life all over. Not as if I didn't have friends, girlfriends. Max, it's better to tolerate them than to go through what I was going through. But as God will have it, child of God, the Bible says that all things work together for our own, for the good of them that love the Lord, that loves God. When you love God, God is going to do anything, whatsoever chaos or whatsoever thing that you're going through in your life, that is God speaking to you. They are all going to work together for you. Just understand that God is doing something that right now you might not understand what is going on. But at the end of it, you will see the picture. When you look back, you will understand why all those chaos, why God allows certain things to happen in your life. Not that he couldn't have prevented what I went through, but he allowed those things for this day. This is now it's beginning to make sense. But right back then, I understand the feeling of somebody that doesn't have a mom. I do. No matter what, my mother would have done something. No matter how then she didn't bond, she must have said something, or they would have respected even her. Being an orphan is, I wouldn't say it's a curse, but anyway, let me just leave that aside. So my uncle said that I need to go back. So we agreed. I agreed. And as God will have it, we went there. I went back. I didn't go with my things. So they now said they sent a message. One of my uncles that was staying in the same city with them, went and informed them that this is what is happening, that they want to know why, where they come from, that it's not right for their daughter to run away from her husband's house. The right thing is to bring her back and then find out what happened. So when we went there, they said that one of their uncles was not around, that we need to come back. So right now that I have to go back with them, and they will fix another meeting for us to come back. We now said, okay. So when I went back to my elder sister said, you're not going back. We're not fixing another meeting with them. That if only I can listen to her, I shouldn't go back. I should go and find something and to start doing with my life. But I didn't listen. I tried to go back again. I tried to see if things can work out. I now met, that was, I think, this thing happened towards Christmas time. So I now happened to meet somebody that we used to live together. She's married as well. We're friends, but we're from the same town. So I now went to visit her. They came because then that Christmas I had to go to my own family house. So I now decided to go and meet her and visit her because I saw her husband. Her husband told me that she's around. So I now decided to go and meet her. They didn't even know that I had a problem because then they didn't know I had a problem with my husband and I didn't tell anybody. So when I went there, I went to meet her and I told her that that we had a problem. I went back to my family house and I narrated everything to her. Now what happened that when I left the house, there's this girl that he was dating then. He now invited the girl over to stay with them in their family house. They now preferred that one to me. So I have somebody, an inside that I was giving me gist. Then I was, because when you don't, like I said, if you don't find yourself, if you don't discover yourself, you'll be all over the place, except the presence of God. That is why, child of God, God allows us to go through some of the things that we go through, not really actually for us, but for somebody else. So that when they hear our testimony or our stories, they are not going to make the same mistake that we made. Jesus died on the cross, not for himself, but for our sake, so that we can have access to his Father. He died on the cross for a reason, for us, not for him. So I come now to realize that whatsoever that God allows us to go through is definitely not for us. Excuse me. He's definitely not for us. But for somebody that will hear our message or our testimony, not to put their head or to do the same thing that somebody else has gone through. It's just like you wanting to become a millionaire. God will allow you to read people's story on how to get to where those people are. Equally, so the same thing. But this other one is for you to avoid making the same mistake that he allowed one or two of his children to go through, to show you what's the consequences of going through this route, through this lane, through this way that you're going, that you are intending to go through. Don't pass this route. Don't go through this route. These are the things that you're going to experience if you don't back off right now. This is why this is how I understand that I'm beginning to realize why God allowed such things to happen to me. So like I was saying, I went to her and I explained to her this and this and this and this is what is going on. That's each time the guy is, if he's away, sometimes we talk we talk very well. He tells me, misses me, that he wants to spend the rest of that. He's not seeing any other, even though that he's staying with somebody. And I know that he's trying to settle and make sure that he has his permanent stay. Even at that, after that, he will still make out time to go and we'll talk. I understand that. I know that the area, this is somebody that I want to build life with. I understand those things and I agree to support him in every way that I just want to make him happy. That I'm ready to support him in any way possible to make that happen. This is somebody that came into the country with a white lady so that they can marry and become, so that he can make everything right so that his documents, he can be able to stay and do work and do exactly the right thing to be legal in that country, to be permanent in that country. And I accepted. He brought in a lady because he said when they were dating and everything, and the lady saw my picture, my passport on his wallet and asked, who is this? Because of what he was planning to do, he now said that I'm the sister. So when he told me that and he said he's coming, the lady is coming, when he came back and he explained everything to me, I said, okay, I'm ready to play the role of your sister. I'm a good actress. I'm playing the role of your sister. Is okay. Though it wasn't easy, but I decided, when your heart is in a thing, you think you want to do. I went through those things. Staying in the same house with your husband and another lady and serving them, cooking for them, clearing dishes, clearing the table when they are finished, done eating. You watch them act as husband and wife in your presence. All because you want to make him happy, or because you want him to have his permanent stay. At the end, when the lady went back, everything went back to normal. He now became himself again. He now started acting the same way he was acting. Then I could remember one day where when he came back, I was staying in my cousin's place. And when you're staying in somebody's house, it's not, you don't expect the people to feed you and do everything for you. And we've run out. We ran out. So my sister then, that was staying in Lagos, that is here now, that was staying in Lagos then. So I decided to go. It's not everything that you have to open up. And I decided to go and see her so that I can get something from her. God is my witness. Because we don't have anything, with no money. So I now decided to go and meet my sister. She now said that she doesn't have money at work except I'm going to stay. Then there was no cell phone to make call. And we're staying in the mainland and she was living in Lekki then. She now said, except I will stay, because the money that she had, she didn't bring it to work, except I'll stay with her till the end of the day so that I can go to the house with her so that she can give me something. And I said, going back, the money the transport I had with me that took me there was the last money I had with me. So it's better for me to stay and maybe tomorrow I'll go back and explain. So when I went back, the story had already changed. That why should I leave my husband? Why should I leave him? That he has found somebody else. I know that girl, that this girl has been, he's been running into this girl for a long time. That girls now, when they want you, they want you. This is a guy, a new guy on the streets around the area, Ajawe Estate, around the area that was, with car driving up and down and everything. So he has run into this girl so many times in a restaurant, in where he has gone to make call to call his family and everything, and and the girl now said hi, and it happens that the girl's family has a restaurant and all those stories and everything. Now that he's going out with the girl and my dear sister, it's a story for another day. So that was the girl. When I left, we had a quarrel and I left. He now invited the girl over to the family house. So the family accepted her. They now welcomed her. Had I known anyway, but like I said, is for somebody else, not for me. So I tried to make things work, but Nothing. And I explained to the girl, and I said, see, my friend that I was talking to, see that the girl has come down to the east. They invited her. She's even now staying in their family house and everything. The girl now said, don't worry, that she's going to take me somewhere. Child of God, embrace God so that you don't make the mistake that I made. Embrace God. God is using my vocal cord to talk to you. That decision you want to make right now, he left you. Please let him left you. You should thank God that he left you. Let him be left in, please. Allow him to be left in. Let him go. Go. Just let him go. It's for your own good. You might not understand it today. Maybe 10 years down the line, you'll be sitting down and telling somebody else, let him be left in. You'll be saying the same thing that I'm saying to you right now. Had I known better. I went through all those things. You think that they are not having an impact on you. Until you now come down with one sickness that you will go to so many places and they will not diagnose what is wrong with you. You'll be from one sickness to another. When it's cold, kataka, 2 minutes you're sick. This next minute you're well. The next minute you don't know that it's all the trauma all the pressure that's been placed on your brain. I started drinking alcohol. I cannot sleep without alcohol. When I started dating this, we had quarrel, we had fight. I started drinking. Alcohol now became my solace. For me to sleep, for me to be out of the mood, I have to drink beer. I don't even have a brand. As long as it contains alcohol, I will drink it. I started drinking because of a man. Child of God, they don't want it. They don't want it. They don't. They don't. Leave him. He might not be the cause of what is happening to his life, but just walk away from that family. Especially if they come to introduce you and the family said, no, my sister, please, for your own health, for your own mental health, if you want to live long and enjoy your children, please start now. Just walk away. Or if you're in a relationship or in a marriage that you say that it is too late, please just find happiness in you. They don't want it. I started drinking. Like I've never drank before. I started drinking, drowning myself in alcohol so that I can be happy. But yet, you know, when you're intoxicated, the moment the alcohol clears, you wake up with the hangover alone. And the moment you open your eyes, the first thing that will come to your mind is the problem, is that same problem that you had. That's the first thing that will come to your mind. You start all over and start thinking again. You're pumping in alcohol, something that is not right for you. You're pumping it into your system, and you're still drinking. Your brain, your organs, your kidney, everything. You're overworking it. You're destroying your intestine, your vital organ, your body organs. They are definitely going to have effects on you. It will take the grace of God for you to be completely healed and made whole. Those things, they will have effect on you if you don't stop now that you're hearing this message. So my friend said she will take me somewhere. That don't worry, that even her own mother-in-law and her sister, they think that the one that the man gave her, that before she came back home, the guy gave her something. That she traveled somewhere in Benin, that the man gave her something that she has been putting in her mouth, and this one, that one. And she equally married somebody that is not a Christian. That one. So after some days, and I went back again to, because my family house, I'm bored. Everybody, everybody is passing. They are seeing you. This one came back again in her father's house. What is she doing here? So I always want to go out and, find solid somewhere that I can do. So and I decided to go back and visit my friend. When I got there, the husband said she went to see her. She went to her village, her own family house. I said, okay. But she told me that she just came. But she didn't tell me she was going there. He said, don't worry, that she just went to see her family. I said, okay. And it happens that one of my sisters is also married in where she came from. But we didn't see. I said I was going to go and visit my sister, that when I go there, I'll go and meet her. Somebody that said she will take you somewhere. All my mind was like, I can't wait. So it happens that when I went back, the husband now said that she'll be coming back on so day. So when I came back and I went to meet her. The husband now said that she decided to go back to Lagos, to their base, that she didn't come back. I said, okay, then maybe January, I will come and see her. I will maybe come to Lagos. When I come to Lagos, I will definitely come and see her. So then we had landline, and when I get back to Onitsha, where I was at my base, I called her and she said that I should come. So I now made a plan to go and see her. I went to her house. She wasn't there. I said, what's going on? So the husband said that I shouldn't worry. I shouldn't bother, that tomorrow that she's somewhere. That tomorrow that he will take me to where she is. That her head, that the knot on her head, that was when he now started making jokes and said that the knot on her head loose. So they are trying to fix the knot on her head. So we now laughed. I said, what do you mean? He said, don't worry, that she went somewhere with her friend, he's going to take me there. So the next day he took me there. And it happens to be a church. I said, what is when God wants to deliver you, when God wants to save you, child of God, you will not understand it. So it happens that the woman there, the owner of the church, is a prophetic church that she tells you about she's a prophetess. So I was shocked and I was surprised. I said, what are you doing here? Are we not supposed to? She now started laughing and told me everything, how she had a fight with her husband. Then she now went to her house, and so the day she's supposed to come back, and so that the two of them can travel back down to Lagos, she now decided to go to Lagos on her own. So she now happened to tell one of her friends that this is what is going on. So that her friend now took her to this church. She said that when she was having a problem, somebody took her there, and after prayers and everything became normal. So her friend tells her she would take her. That was how she got there. I now said, okay. She now said that I should make out time that I shouldn't go, that I should see the lady. And it happens that the lady, that was the day she was seeing people. So, but what she does that when they give you prayer, she will give you prayer. If it's something that you can't do, that it's not something, you're not somebody that can wake up in the middle of the night to pray. They will encourage you to stay back. They have place for you to stay back so that you can be able to do your prayers very well. So and I said, okay, I don't have anywhere, I don't have anything I'm doing, I will do it. And you're not going to put it, they don't charge you for consultation. So what's me going back to the East? I don't even have enough to go back to the East and go, let me not just use this opportunity. It was just God directing me. So when I went to the woman, she told me a lot. She said so many things. She even told me my plans of why I came to Lagos in the first place. That God is saying that I shouldn't do it. So she now gave me prayers. She now told me everything about what was going on, how the things they've done concerning my marriage and everything. Yeah, but before then, before I went to Lagos, I went to see one of my sister's friend, Auntie Wadi. So she now said she came to the house. They now told her that I'm around. She now told them. She now said that I should come and see her before I go back to Onitsha. That she would like to see me. So I went and I met her. She now started asking me questions and everything. That she heard that I'm married now and this one. That when they came to the house, they said she came to the house to see my brother. They said that I came, that I was around and everything. So what happened? That I came, she now asking me question, and I told her that there's a problem. I had a problem with my husband. That was why I came back. That I'm not there anymore. And I told her everything. And I said to her that she now said, that one is, she's equally a praying woman. She prays, she can see. She now said, I said, but last night I had a dream that in that dream I was walking on a street, on a Corvette. So the ring, I saw my ring in a dream. The ring now slipped from my finger and fell into that Corvette, like a hole. So my hand couldn't get into I was trying to get, my hand couldn't get it. So as I turned to get something, to look for something to pick that, to try and get the ring, a water now flushed came and flushed the ring away. And I couldn't, and I woke up. She said, Jesus. That was her. She said, Jesus. She said that marriage is over. That they've destroyed your marriage spiritually. That is not good. That is only God that can save this marriage. That is only God. If it's the will of God, that is only God that can save this marriage. No, it's not a good dream. Because then I don't even understand dreams. Said, no, this is not a good dream. This is not a good sign. But she said anyway that she will pray for me. Then before I went to see my friend and everything, and she now decided that I went to see Auntie Wanda before I went to see my friend. She now said, don't worry, that she'll take me somewhere, that's not a problem, that this man will handle everything. So the woman now said that thank God that I came. That it was God that directed me, that thank God I came, that I shouldn't do it. This was how she said it. Don't go. Don't do it. Just leave it for God. Allow God to fight this battle for you. So I now did the deliverance prayers like she gave to me and everything, and I now traveled back to the east and stayed with my family. So that was when my elder sister now said that I should, because if you see me, I was bone on flesh. I was flesh on bone. I was looking like a scarecrow. Then I will be walking on the streets and I will be talking to myself. I will not sleep. I cannot eat. I will drink. I was doing all sorts of things to make myself happy. But at the end of it, all this was because what are people going to say? How am I going to live? Where am I going to start? I've put my life on. Then I've stopped going to school because there was no money. I've put my life on hold for this thing. What am I going to do? How am I going to continue? How am I going to live my life? So one day I went to visit my elder sister, my late sister. She now said, why don't you change city? Just leave Onitsha. Go to Lagos. Just go to Lagos. Just start afresh. Start your life afresh. You've been doing this marriage thing has not been working. It's been on and off. You go forward every day. You're fighting. You're leaving. You're fighting. You're going back. You're leaving. Finally, now that you've packed your things and you tried, you've done the tradition now. See if you didn't obey or obey them. Yeah, you tried, and God didn't allow it to happen. My sister is that one was a prayer warrior too. Not that God didn't allow God and didn't just that God didn't allow the marriage to continue. Now that you have left, thank God. Please, my sister, if you can listen to me, she looked to me and said, "Go to Lagos. Forget about this marriage. Go to Lagos. Forget about this thing. Forget it. Start your life again." And I listened to her. And now called my sister. Then it was landline. And now called her on work day and tell her I want to come over. Even though she was staying with somebody, but it's just my elder sister's girlfriend. So she said, oh, she talked to her and I said, okay. Then when I got there, she now started looking for a place. I visited and see, but I wasn't, when your mind, I was all over the place. So I now went back. So she now got a place, a flat with somebody that she was sharing with somebody. That was when I now finally moved to Lagos and I never looked back. That was when my journey to success, if I may say, started. That was when the real life journey started. Though I hadn't discovered myself, but I was just gambling. I'm out of that place, out of that marriage. He ended up not marrying the girl anyway. I don't know what happened, but I didn't ask again. So when everything became rosy, I started working and started living life like I thought I was living. I was happy, and I started traveling and going abroad and everything. So one of the cousins, that one, they say she has always, let me just say she's my daughter, She's the one that stays with me. Back then, she'll come and hang around with me, stay with me, spend time with me. If I have something, I send her on an errand. Then she was like my helping hand. So when I left them, I moved to Lagos. I disconnected from everybody. I said I don't even want anything to do with anybody that is related to him. I don't want anything to do with their family. So the girl now came to Lagos. I don't know who gave her my number. So she now called me and, she was begging and telling everybody she wants to come. And so my sister now said, okay, just allow her. It's fine that she has always been on your side. She hasn't said anything bad about you. So I now came and now allowed her to come. When she came, she comes now. That's when the problem, all this, now started telling me gist about them again. Though sometimes when she wants to talk, I'll just shut her down. Now she now said, one day she now called me and said, Auntie, that one of their cousins has been trying to reach me. I said, why? Why is she trying to reach me? I don't want anything to do with them anymore. Please, that ship has sailed. That chapter of my life is closed. She now said, no, that she wants to apologize for what she did with my mother-in-law against me. That kind of thing you've been traced. I said, what is it? Excuse me. She now said, now that she went to a place that she's now a born again, that she wants to confess, that she wants to repent of the thing that she did to me, that she went with my mother-in-law somewhere and she did something, that she tied me, that no matter what I did in that she did something, that if you're from Nigeria, you will know Ogoni. She stayed in the lady lives in is it Rumola or Rumo, those Rumo places, but very in Port Harcourt. That she went somewhere with my mother-in-law and they did something. That was why my marriage didn't work. That was why that she wants to confess, that she's sorry, that she wants to apologize, that if only that she went somewhere and they told her that she should apologize. If only I said, I've forgiven them long time ago. Even the place I went for prayer, they said they're forgiving them all, that she shouldn't worry, that I don't have any grudges against her anymore, that I've forgiven her. Even my mother-in-law, that I've released her. I don't have any grudges among them anymore. That I should be the one thanking them for putting me where I am today. Had I been in that place, maybe I would have been dead by now. That I thank them so much for helping me come out from that place. If not for them, I wouldn't have been where I am today. That I'm okay. So that was when the girl now started telling me, even the sister, my sister-in-law then, that her friend, that she had a fight with her friend also, and the friend was like, that she has been going from one place to another, making sure that she goes to native doctor to see that my marriage with the brother doesn't work. And I said, hey, God, you really saved me. Oh. Thank God that all they had in mind then was to scatter the marriage and not to kill me, because whatsoever they did, whenever their brother is outside them, he's a different person. But when he's around them, or the moment he finished speaking with the mom, the story changes. That is when he wants to hear that I did this, that I did that. They said I did this. They said I was this. They said I was that. God, I'm not good. Hey. My lovely and wonderful sister, God is allowing you to hear this today. Not because he doesn't love, he just wants me to expose myself. No, because he doesn't want you to go through what I went through. It's not his sister. It's not a good experience. Especially when that family doesn't know God. They go to church. I'm not saying they don't go to church. They go to church. But when it comes to the things of God, they are very, very far away from it. And also be careful. Child of God, be careful. You that is married, or you that is about to get married, and you're staying in you're married, you're staying in your family, you're living in a family house. Know how you take care of things, your personal things that belongs to you, especially your own this. When I was in that marriage, like I said, I was living with the mom and the guy was not around. You know, then I'm so naive. God help me. Thank God they didn't decide to kill me, because that would have been easier for them. But thank God for everything. So because I'm the kind of person that I don't like when I wear one panty, I wash and spray. No, I like putting them when they are much, and I wash all of them. I have a load. I wash all of them together and then spread. So I can remember one day I just washed my undies and I spread it with a very long robe. So she came back. I was sitting in a sitting room watching TV. So she came and went to the balcony where I spread my undies. So she was standing, because the way the house is, when you go out, if she's standing by the door, I can see her. So she now moved to the corner because the line was long. So she now moved. She now looked at those undies. Then she now took a step and moved to the corner. After some time, she just came back. So I didn't put it into consideration. I was like, maybe she just went to look out and everything. So when I went to pack my undies, this thing, like when this message was called, I'm supposed to give this message. That's the way God relates to me. In whichever thing, is it that he gives me the message, I write them down, I'm going to speak, or when I start seeing visions or thoughts, or if he keeps reminding me of something, I know that this is the area he wants to deal with right now. So that it keeps flashing for like 3 days now. Before this message came, I now know, okay, this is where I want to. And I start remembering that day. And I start remembering that day what happened. So when I went out to pack my unders, I noticed that one was missing. But I was like, I now looked. It didn't drop on the, I checked whether it fell on, because it was a story building. And I looked and I checked. It wasn't there. It was like, maybe I didn't, I just brushed it. Child of God, be careful. That was how they were able, that was how she was able to do. They said what she did, when I was going about seeking for help, what was going on with my life and everything, I didn't have intention of talking about them anymore. But I was told that she did something that only her death can break that bond. That only her death can break that bond. That's strong, right? So I asked somebody, and they said that can be broken. Like I said in my previous video, that if you haven't listened to the message, you can go back and listen to it so that you can understand exactly what I'm talking about. So when they told me everything, what I'm going to do, and this one and that one that they sacrifice and everything, they also pointed out, after doing the sacrifice and everything, they said that my mother-in-law did something that only death that can break. But if I want to, but if I want, that the only solution is that if I can do something to send that thing back to her, but the consequences will be my returning it back, sending it back to sender will mean she will die. Jesus Christ. I know that then I wasn't too strong but I know that death is not something. So and I said, okay, I'll get back to them. And it's always good to surround yourself with people not people that will tell you where they can take you to. So I happened to ask a friend, a guy, and I said this, and I just opened up to him and I told him everything. And he now said, I know that I'm not that strong when it comes to Christianity, but I know that devil doesn't give, if devil gives you one thing, he will come for 5 things. And when you don't go give him that 5 things, you know what is going to happen. It's not like calamities. And that is exactly what you don't want. I know that's exactly what you don't want. Just now that you said that you're working with God, that you'll now start. My advice for you is just allow God to fight this battle for you. Just leave it for God. And I thank God I took that advice. So when they called me back and I said, just don't worry, just give me time. I'm still thinking about it. I was still thinking about it until the woman died. She died last year. After how many years I left, she died last year. Child of God. So when you are living in a family house, be careful. Don't say, no, the family, they love me. It's not everybody that loves you. Be careful. You can be doing anything for everything for them. But for the fact they don't like you for their brother, they would have preferred somebody else for their brother than you. They don't like you. They only love what you're giving to them. So God is coming out today to tell us, you must not marry that person. It's not a must. You picked him when he had nothing. Fine. Maybe you were one of his destiny helper. Just see it as that you were one of his destiny helpers. Now that you have helped him and he found his way, let him go. Let him go. Let God bring somebody that will respect you, treat you as a wife, that can speak up for you when anybody wants to say things against you. Let that be your portion. Some people are enjoying that grace. Let that be your portion. Child of God, everybody is getting married. You're not everybody. Time is running out. God does not work with time. He lives out of time. So whatever time you're fidgeting, yeah. He renews our youth. God renews our youth. You first of all, your happiness matters. To have joy, and happiness and joy alone is a healing. It will help all those inflammation on your brain, those swollens that occurred in your brain because of the trauma that you put your brain through. Well, you thought that all those heartbreaks, all those worries, all those thinking, all those alcohol didn't have effects on my brain. It did. Those are part of the healing that God is talking to us about. You have to heal. Allow God to heal you. You just finished one relationship and that didn't work out. Now that you're ready and you said you're set to jump in, you're not set. Honestly, you're not. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Don't. God loves you so much to see you go through that trauma again. Don't. Please. No time is late for God. Thank God today, but with the help of God, technology is coming out. IVF, not the way it started. It's not the same way it is right now. Your husband is getting old. IVF is not getting old. There's a way they will do it, and you'll get pregnant. You think that those sciences, it's their own, they manufactured it. No, God placed whatsoever that they are using to come up with all those things that the end belongs to God. Whether they accept it or not, it belongs to God. All those things, it belongs to God. If you say, God, go and create your own thing. You don't believe in him, but you're using his things. Even the water you drink, the air you're breathing is his own. So forget all these things that they say, if you can't get pregnant naturally, they should move away from that. You're in the wrong environment. Don't listen to them. My body, will I still carry? Sarah, how old was Sarah when she carried Isaac? How old? That is why you should allow God to give you an insight. When you have the revelation, understanding, knowledge, that is deliverance. You'll be delivered. When they are saying all those things, you won't be bothered. They won't bother you anymore. You won't go to your bed getting worried. I'm getting old. Next year I will be 50. Next year I will be 70. Next year I will be 30. Next year I will be 40. I'm getting to 35. Look, I'm not married now. I don't even have children. Will I still have children? Will I die? Your brain is going. Will I have children? Will I get married? Will I have children? Will I get married? Hey, my fees, my house rent will expire. Hey, my petrol will run out. Hey, I don't even know what to wear tomorrow. Hey, food, there's no food. Hey, I need to send my parents money. Hey, I need to call this person. Your brain is doing what? Inflation is going on your brain. You're working your brain. They are getting swollen. That is why you don't know why you get sick all the time. You're always having migraine. You drink paracetamol. You drink ibuprofen. They prescribe this one. They tell you drink this one and you will sleep. You calm. They will calm that you can do on your own. You drink, you calm today. Tomorrow it will calm you. The third day you drink it and you'll be like, as if you just drank coffee before you went to bed. Stop stressing yourself. No time is late, so that you don't make the mistake I made. Don't. Everybody's getting married. Everybody's getting married. When you go back to your family, visit your people, you say, how are you? Fine. Hi, your husband is fine. Hi, your people there. You came to visit us. Yes. Yeah. Hey. What else? And you know that there you're not happy. You were not happy. Deep down, you will be like, you wish these people know what you're going through. That you only came back home to your family just to ease off. You'll be like, had I known, I would have waited. Had I known, I would have waited. Had I known, I would have waited. Don't had I know your life. There is time. You're not old. When you look at the mirror, see 20-year-old of you. You're not. You're not. Just believe that the person that God is going to link you with, connect to your destiny spouse, is going to shock the world. When the two of you step out, people will be wondering, how come? What? Not only he will be your specification. What I mean by God's own specification. You'll be so comfortable. You build together that we know that at the end of the day, this one is not going to turn his back on you. Babes, what do you think? Babes, what do you think? And when they call him, he said, I have to consult my wife first. No, I have to talk with my wife first. If it's that important, go through her. Let her talk to me. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, hey, God, I thank you. That's when you'll be like, oh, Imaraliha, oh, Merem. Do you know, you don't understand what he did for me. That's making me thank him. That's what the meaning of the song is. You can't understand. You don't understand what God did for me. That is making me praise him. You'll be so happy, so relaxed, so joyful. That family right now, the last time I said, you guys know I'm not there anymore. That's all whenever I remember them, the only thing that comes to my mind is, thank you, Jesus. God, you know better. When they say you know better, it's true. You really know my end from my beginning. You already know what you have for me. I'm grateful, God. That is the only thing that will be coming out of your lips. You are not old. Don't get married because everybody is getting married. Allow God to show you your spouse, who he has destined for you, who is going to build with you, who will be there, so that in tears, both of you, even you, both of you will cry together. After crying together, you wipe out your tears, pray to God, hold hands together and said, we are in it together. Babes, let's go. Is the two of you against the force, not you against the forces that is coming from his family. I saw hell. Even without providing, without nothing. Sometimes there won't be food, but I saw hell. At the end, they didn't appreciate it. So, child of God, why bother? Why kill yourself? This life is so sweet when you know how to enjoy it the right way. So I encourage you today, child of God, stop stressing. Don't put your head where you know you're not going to be happy. We're not going to live in a family house, but he's still his family. They are still his family. Had I not insisted or had I not stayed, she wouldn't have had the opportunity to take my pants, my undies to where she took it to. They wouldn't have had the opportunity to attack me spiritually, going from one native doctor to another, going from one white garment church to another, doing all sorts of things to make sure that I didn't stay, that marriage never worked. They make sure that each time we're together, we're always fighting, quarreling. We can never agree on anything. Never. They are only happy when they see him moving around with different other girls, except me. You don't want that for yourself. It's not a good experience. It's not. It will take the grace of God for that trauma to leave you. Because it's a memory that you have created. Once in a while, the memory will still come back. And when that memory comes back, and if you're not there yet, you still feel the pain. The pain of what you went through, the pain of wasting your time, the pain of had I known. Don't do that for yourself, child of God. It doesn't worth it. No, it don't. It doesn't. So God is coming today to tell us, to heal us, to help us understand what this thing does to people that don't listen. Don't do it. Don't. I promise you, the one that is in future is better and greater than what you want to put your head in now. You are in love. No, you're not in love. You're infatuated. You're blind. Every sign is there. Green sign, red sign, yellow sign, purple sign, black sign, every sign that you're not going to be happy in this marriage, that this guy is not going to treat you well, that he only just wants to get married because the family wants him to get married and get off his back so that he will go back out there and start gallivanting and doing what he wants to do. You're not prayerful. Yet you want to put your head in these signs. God is showing you blue, green, purple, yellow, red, orange, amber, still. No, you want to put your head in. He said he's going to marry you. Some people have died in their marriage. Some people they were never happy from day one until they die. That happened to my sister. Please, it's not something I wish for my worst enemy. Please, I beg you in the name of God, don't do that to you. So that the children that you're going to bring in will not suffer. You don't want to be a home that every day what the children see is mom and dad fighting, quarreling. They never agree on anything. Please, don't do that to yourself. And don't do that to the children that God is going to bring into this world through you. You're not old. You're not desperate. You are a success. Waiting for somewhere to happen. Going somewhere to happen. So child of God, love yourself first. Know yourself first. Understand yourself first. If you're now in a relationship, start praying. Allow God to open your eyes. If that person is not for you, start praying on how to exit that relationship. God, how do I exit this relationship? Show me how to exit it so that when the breakup happens, it's not going to affect you that much. because your mind is already made up. You are mentally ready for that to happen. And when God sees that you are mentally ready, he's going to allow something that will make the two of you separate. They will make that relationship to end. So that when you step out, you step out knowing that this is the Lord's doing. This is the Lord's doing. Child of God, hear his voice today. And don't go and put your head into something that will take your life. Thank God, but I was able to come out of it with my life, with my head. Others didn't. Please, don't be a victim. Your family still loves you. Your brothers, your sisters still loves you. If your parents are alive, they still loves you. They still want you here. Don't kill yourself over nothing. They don't want it. They don't want it. You say that the family is rich. They don't want you. They don't deserve you. They don't. No, they don't. You want to go into a home. In a home, the moment you step in there, all they see is love. They'll say, "Oh, my child, you're welcome." They will sit down and they want to know everything about you. You need that aura around you. Not here. Where did you get this one from? Here. That is not going to happen in this house. And he will come and tell you, don't worry. They will calm down. You don't want that calming down. They will never calm down. If they cannot stop their brother, they will do everything to take you out. Please. If not for any other thing, remember your family. They love you. They still need you here. Please. Nobody wants dying for. Nobody. Please. I beg you in the name of God. God is speaking. God is speaking, especially the youths. You don't even know yourself. All you want to do is to get married. Who are you? Do you know you? Do you understand you? Do you know the things that you like and the things that you don't like? No. You only know about the things other people love and they don't love, and you're trying to force that, trying to do that in your life. No. Understand you first. Allow the Spirit of God to tell you who you are. You are not running out. No, you are not. You are not getting, oh no, you're not, sweetheart. That was what I thought when I was growing up at your age. I thought 18, 19, 20. Hey, I'm old though. I'm getting old though. 21, 20. Time is running out though. Hey, I'm running out though. Hey, I must get married though. Everybody's getting married though. Oh, especially now my family is being labeled though. I want to get married though. Child of God, don't do that to you. Don't do that to yourself. No man wants it. Even on recommendation, take time to know the person and see if that's what God wants for you. That you've been praying. If it's what God wants for you, yeah, you can go, and God can, as you go there with God in it, everything will be possible. Everything will work out. I'm not saying there won't be misunderstanding, but God will give you the right way to handle. God will give you the grace to solve every problem. Please, you're not old. Time is not running out. You know what? Just go and pause your time. Pause your own time. See no time now. When you pause it, delete. There's a delete button. Create a delete button. Delete that time button. Delete it. And you will see that you start living your life. You see that you start enjoying life the way God wants you to enjoy it. Child of God, hear him. He loves you so much that he's coming out to tell you the areas that we've neglected so much that is affecting us. All the sicknesses, illness that you're developing is a trauma is everything that you went through that you didn't allow your brain to heal first before you jumped into this one that is killing and draining you the more. Heal first. Love yourself first. Know yourself first before you can walk into that peaceful aroma. The environment might not be peaceful, but you're coming in with a peaceful aroma, and what you see is very peaceful aroma around you. That peaceful aura around you. Even when your spouse is trying to bring up a problem, what you see is the aura of God around you. Holy Spirit, how do I handle this right now? And he will tell you. And when you put that into practice, you find out that you diffuse everything that the enemy has shoot into your family to destroy it. You just diffuse it. Like a time bomb. You just diffuse it. Detonate it and it will go without even making a noise. Allow God to take you there so that you can enjoy your union. Child of God, I hope this message blesses you. I hope you find it funny. Say funny. Helpful. And if you do, and if it does, kindly share. For there is someone out there that needs to hear this as well. There's someone out there that needs to be delivered from their mind, their mindsets of time is running, we're on, time is going. There's someone out there that needs it. And if you're already in a relationship, you're in it, and you say you have children, you want to give your children a name. You don't want your children to train your children as a single parent. God can equally give you the ability. Talk to him. If you have that strong feeling to walk away, he will give you the resources. He will give you the grace. He will direct you. He will start talking to you on how to stand on your own. If he knows that place you are is definitely going to take your life, and if you die, what is going to happen to your children? Please, listen to him. Listen to him. No time is late. He is God. He's Omega and Alpha. You are equally Omega and Alpha. See your happiness. What if I leave this place? See your happiness. If this is where if God doesn't want me here, see your happiness first, wherever he's going to take you before you step out. I pray the blessings of God over your life. I pray his shalom peace upon you. I pray his wholeness upon your life. I pray his joy, his grace upon you. And I pray that every prayer request that you present before him shall be met. I pray that they shall all be answered. In the mighty name of Jesus, I've prayed. Amen. Shalom.